Hi, good morning to all my friends and my video fans. Well, this morning, my intention is to take you to the historic days of Padmanahapuram Palace in Kanyakumari district, which is roughly, let us say, 58 or 59 kilometers from Trivandrum. Well, most people know that once upon a time, when during the Marthandavarma days, the Padmanahapuram Palace was actually the seat of the government. In other words, the seat of the government is wherever Maharaja sits, that is the seat of the kingdom called Venadu. And even in those days, like these days, most people liked Maharaja probably, and there will be definitely a group of people who disapproved Maharaja or his acts, deeds, etc. So all these Maharajas were very in the past, in the future, and now the modern Maharajas like our MLAs, MPs and ministers, they're all very cautious about people who come and clog around them whenever they are in the public area. So similarly, those days it was still worse because modern days there is communication, there is electricity, there is lighting and illumination everywhere, so everybody can watch each other, and the police contingent is always on hand to protect the so-called VIPs or VVIPs and so on and so forth. Now, in the Maharaja days, there was this, but except there was no modern technology in use in order to afford safety for the chief. So, then again, what is the desire of the Maharaja? Maharaja wants to improve the life of the people, enlarge the kingdom by capturing the neighboring states or exceeding or what is called attack, conquer, and then make part of. So this kind of acquisition of new provinces, regions, etc., was in the minds of rulers right from the very early historic days. And our Marthandavarma was also no different person. He was like, he's not Alexander the Great, but same mindset he had. That's what I mean. Or Tipu Sultan, he wanted to conquer all these small states all around South India so that he will be the chief of a large territory, etc. So this is part and parcel of human mind. Well, one of the things they also cared, even including Marthandavarma, was that safety of children, who will later on in their youth state occupy the Maharaja chair, or prince on waiting to be the Maharaja, throned as the Maharaja, and women. And women, of course, in the palace there will be several categories of women attending the Maharaja on his various private life, private whatever. So their safety, in order to secure the safety, those days one of the things Padmanahapuram Palace had was a tunnel. Yeah, it is a tunnel actually. Roughly 2 centuries ago, it was built. And during the Maharaja days, Marthandavarma days, and it was an underground structure. It connected Padmanahapuram Palace to yet another smaller palace called Charottu Palace. Roughly, I would say that 4 or 5 furlongs across a paddy field. Well, one thing we have to keep in mind is those days the rice paddy cultivation was only very seasonal, and it was only in the areas. It's a rain-fed cultivation, no irrigation. The reservoirs and dams in Pechipara as well as in Perinchani, they all came up only later on in the 20th century. In fact, Pechipara was actually before the independence, and Perinchani actually after the independence. These waters went all the way down to the Nanchinadu, including the area once that was under a single crop, probably a single crop. And the second crop is a questionable thing because the northeast monsoon, though not said to be really hard or very strong in the southern part of Kerala, still there was water scarcity because only large ponds or small ponds held or stored the water, and that water was used for agriculture, irrigation, irrigating the paddy field. The point is, if you ever visited the Padmanahapuram Palace, you will notice this entrance to the tunnel from within the palace building. However, it is kept under lock and key because nobody ever tried in the recent past, even the archaeological survey of India, they never worried about how far it is possible to charottu, though it is only 4 or 5 furlongs long. This is not a large, 5 furlong is just under a kilometer, that's all. The trouble now is, or the advantage then was because of the one good crop cultivation, the paddy fields did not get clogged with water, that is one. Number two, the groundwater table was deep, so that was also an advantage. And a cut and fill structure. A cut and fill rectangular cross-section structure lined with granite or hard rock stones, paved with stones, supported by walls of dimension blocks and roof of dimension block. That was built, then it is all covered with soil. So nobody easily knows. And on top of it, cultivation was allowed. That was also another advantage. There is no air hole whatsoever. Because those days, if you are walking 1 kilometer, it is a hard walk. It takes a while. Especially for those people in the princely class, walking fast is very difficult. But anyway, this structure connecting the Charottu Palace to Padmanahapuram is well known in history, but it is now in a sorrowful state. Nobody wants to rediscover it for various reasons. And all that I can say is there is a geological reason, there is a groundwater issue there, because the paddy field around in this area, they are all irrigated by canal irrigation, and they are raising 3 crops. And what we don't realize is a portion of the water that is used for irrigation of the paddy field will go up as evapotranspiration, and yet another portion will seep down and join what is called the groundwater aquifer. So this groundwater aquifer, constant addition of water, rather practically all around the year, will gently and slowly raise the groundwater table, or the area that is saturated, area underground, or the rock and soil underground will get saturated with water. And at any rate, the tunnel that is connecting the Padmanahapuram Palace to the Charottu Palace. You can call it a subway, that's it. But it is not the modern subways, for example, are concrete lined, cement lined, and tile paneled. And there is no scope for water, groundwater, or rainwater to enter into. Only way it enters is through the surface flow. And this peculiar geological or hydrogeological condition that led to the rising of groundwater level, aquifer water table level, actually led to the what is called flooding of this so-called tunnel, say a kilometer or little less than a kilometer, connecting the two palaces, the mighty Padmanahapuram Palace to the not so mighty Charottu Palace, for escape of the children, women, and old people, and at the time of any kind of enemy attack or any other risk. That is now only in the memory, and it is not even marked in the Survey of India topographic sheets. That is the situation. I'm not very much sure to what degree the Archaeological Survey of India is attempting to, or in their plan of work, they have some kind of revitalizing or maintaining this underground passage, or for that matter, even the Tamil Nadu, what is called Tamil Nadu Archaeological Department. So, fact remains that there is a tunnel, cut and fill structure, a subway, if I borrowed a modern term, connecting the palace in Padmanahapuram to the palace, so-called palace. It is no way comparable to the Charottu Palace, is no way comparable to the Padmanahapuram Palace. Keep that in mind. And this is neglected by government, by local self-government, or by the elected members of the society, or even Kerala government. I'm not sure who is owner of this subway connecting the two palaces, whether it is Tamil Nadu or Kerala. However, the palace Padmanahapuram Palace is under the control of or in the custody of jurisdiction of the Kerala state government. This is for the record. I thought I should go on and do this video so that we all know only about the Marthandavarma through C.V. Raman Pillai. And there is a character called Brandhan Channan. And the interpretation is that Brandhan Channan is not a human being, but Padmanabhan, Almighty, God Padmanabhan for Mr. or late Highness Marthandavarma. And I don't know whether, of course, C.V. Raman Pillai's narrative is only a part true and a part imagination or visualization, because all such narratives are, biographic narratives are not 100% true. That is what historians say. It is, however, what C.V. Raman Pillai did was, he constructed a novel or some narrative of how Marthandavarma began, that era began, how Marthandavarma came down, and how the Ettuvidil Pillamar, took arms against him, and so on and so forth. So anyway, my point is, this subway connecting Padmanahapuram and Charottu needs some kind of rehabilitation. It is an archaeological wealth of not only Tamil Nadu and Kerala, but of the nation and the world.